morning, going on daily.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sharon. We have
Good
Sharon
morning,
with us
Kyle.
this morning. Super exciting. We have a show for you. We're going into the weeds, into the weeds today. So it's season 2, episode 152, and super exciting show today. Going to be talking about lots of exciting things, going into the weeds on all of it, and I have Sharon here with me, which is super exciting. How are you doing
Very
this morning,
exciting
Sharon?
to be with you, Kyle. I'm doing really great. Loving life. Life is
Very.
great.
Life is really, really good. So,
Mhm.
so going
How about you?
right in, we're going to go right into the weeds. So you've heard of Huey Lewis in the news. I mean, hopefully. I mean, great band. But
Great band.
what,
So many good songs.
yeah, but what we're actually talking about is narcissism in the news, which is very different than Huey Lewis in the news.
Just a bit, just a tad.
Yeah. So we had talking about the all of the things going on in the news with all of the different people, and seems maybe suspicious. Some of them may seem like narcissists, and I talk about narcissism a lot, all the time, all over social media, and I just those are your
Those are my
boys. Yeah.
boys.
Thanks, Ron.
How do you know
So
how do
now
you know
we
their
know.
voice, Ron?
Yeah, now we
You can be
know.
narcissist
Now
too,
we
but
know who's. Yeah. Now we know who Ron's boys are, for sure.
mm-hmm.
So I reserve judgment. Huey Lewis in the news. Yeah.
Okay, those are your
Yep.
boys.
Yep.
Okay. I thought
Yep.
you meant narcissists
Yep.
for your
So
boys. I was
yeah.
questioning your
I
sanity
mean,
for a minute.
and not the Lakers either. I mean, because that's and we don't know. I mean, who knows who where what narcissists we have, and I mean, unless they're actually diagnosed, and I don't do that. I don't know. Do you do that, Sharon?
Nope. But you know
Yep.
what?
No.
We'll read you a few characteristics of narcissists, and you guys can determine for yourself who
Ooh.
may or
Yeah.
may not be.
Yeah. So, and Ron is not a fan of the Lakers. Yeah, not excited.
Why not, Ron?
Maybe that's why we have narcissists in the news, and then
And Lakers.
putting the Lakers. We are not accusing or judging or any
Nope.
thoughts
Nope.
on whether or not there's any narcissists there, but
No, we do not.
so I
No, go ahead.
I reserve judgment as far as any of the people that I'm judging. Thanks, Ron. We'll let you. I don't have any judgment for people that judge either, though. I mean, so that's kind of a
You do you.
strange. It's a strange dynamic, I suppose. But I also know that we just don't ever know the other side of the story, and that's the biggest reason that I reserve judgment on talking about who or even if it seems very evident that they are the narcissist, we just don't ever really know, and so
the flip side of the coin is that we all, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
We all have narcissistic tendencies.
In
any given time, we can display or exhibit a narcissistic tendency. That doesn't mean you're a narcissist. It just means that particular trait came out at that moment. It doesn't mean that you embody that terminology.
I love that you brought this up, because I hear that a lot, and I am in complete disagreement. It's perfect. This is it couldn't be any better. And I'll explain. I'll elaborate on it. Yes. So one of the really strange things, the deeper into the weeds that you go in narcissism, and then it turns out that's, for most people, the narcissist in their life is really just the surface level result of most everything else that has gone on in their life. And I realize there's probably some exceptions to this, but for the most part, that's the case. So what is very interesting is when you look at codependency and insecure attachment and CPTSD and ADHD, and I'm sure a lot of other things that I'm not thinking of in the moment here, but there are so many different things that when you look at the tendencies, the traits at which you would say, oh, this person has codependency or CPTSD or any of those things, all of those different traits all kind of line up across the board, and they also line up with some narcissistic traits as well. And so that's, but the line of differentiation that I look at is, is possibly potentially maybe narcissist or is not. And when I look at maybe possibly they might be, the main three things that I look at is okay, yeah, all of the abusive traits and the manipulation, the gaslighting, all of those things that we hear about. But then but then are they also lacking accountability, lacking lacking
Mhm.
compassion, and lacking empathy? And so if they're missing those three things, then I'm leaning towards maybe they could be a narcissist. But aside from that, I look at all of the other things, and so I don't believe that because we have traits that look like from the outside narcissism, that they are actually narcissistic traits. I think they come from a very different place. So codependent people have very dysfunctional,
Okay.
they have very dysfunctional boundaries, insecure boundaries. They put up walls. They manipulate people. I mean, codependent people are manipulative. Unfortunate, but it comes from a very different place than with narcissists, because narcissists are after power
Right.
and control. So yeah.
Right. And codependent, manipulative, or insecure
Mhm.
comes from a completely opposite side of the
Yep.
spectrum.
Yep. So
Mhm.
so so that's why I disagree that we are all narcissistic. I think only narcissists are.
No, 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 no. I'm not saying we're narcissistic. I'm saying we can exhibit a
Mm,
trait that could be perceived as
oh yeah.
narcissistic. Doesn't mean we're narcissistic.
Yeah.
It means that we all have those traits that can surface depending on
Hmm.
the circumstance, but it doesn't
Hmm.
mean just because someone exhibits one doesn't mean that they're classified as. I'm not saying we're all
Yeah.
narcissists. I'm
Yeah.
saying
Yeah. So
we
and
just
and that's
have
and I
pieces.
just when I talk about it, I talk about it as all of those
Morning, Becky.
dysfunctional behaviors that we have, because we all have. I mean, whether we want to admit it or not, then we have dysfunctional behaviors. Good morning. That's
Absolutely.
that
Morning,
that's
Becky.
Becky. Really awesome that she's
Mhm.
joining the show here live.
Good to have you
Yeah, yeah, super exciting. So, so yeah, I'd love to hear more of your perspective on all of this, because I mean, we have the basis here, the basis of
here.
understand. Okay, we're
Yeah.
not all narcissistic. We have dysfunctional traits, but
Dysfunction
dysfunction
junction.
junction. Yeah, that's
What's your
that's
function?
true.
Well, coffee helps me function.
Yes, yes.
So I thought instead of pulling people out of the news and talking about whether or not they could be a narcissist, let's talk about the big picture of, some traits that narcissists exhibit, but these are common, everyday, always happening. It's not just a one-off. This is pretty regular behavior.
Yes.
If you're a narcissist, this is just how
Yeah.
you function. So I will, talk about some different traits and we'll see if anybody in the news exhibits any of these on a regular basis. So, the clinical definition of narcissism is that they have a deep need for admiration. They have a lack, like you say, a lack of empathy. They really like the to be grandiose and be superior, show their superiority. And really, what they're doing is masking their fragile ego,
Yep.
right? So, what they do is like they can have exhibit over the top like performances and just be, look at me, blah blah blah, I am here, I am doing this, and tell me how
Mm-hmm.
good I am. And then in other circumstances they are just outraged at what's happening, they are angry, they are like no, and they're telling everybody this is no 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 no, this is not happening, I'm going to do this, and they show their displeasure and they get really angry. And then when it comes down to brass tacks, they backpedal and they
Mm-hmm.
change their story. And and then sometimes they will, be on live TV and say things that they shouldn't, and then they'll say no 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 no, I never said that, I did not say that, that's a misquote, do not believe that. And meanwhile it's
I
on
don't.
tape.
I'm gonna
So
I
that's
got to disagree
Mhm.
with Ron here. I
No,
don't.
go
I
ahead.
don't think that Donald Duck is a narcissist. Um, I,
Very much
I,
Donald. Yeah,
yeah, I don't
Donald.
think Donald Duck. I
That's a
mean,
little,
Donald Duck is
that's
it's Donald Duck. I mean, so
Yeah, he's just cute. How do we know if a narcissist? We can't really understand what he says anyway.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. He's just ducking it up. You know. Did you like that?
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly. He's just hanging out
I'm gonna
doing
use a step or a procedure out of the uh, um, Donald Duck always yelling at his nephews. Yeah, yeah. Or he could have some
well.
he could have some dysfunctional boundaries and some codependency. Probably some old unhealed childhood wounds, insecure attachment, possibly. Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Maybe.
I
Yeah,
sidestepped that one. I was like, I'm gonna step out of this one here, so that yeah,
I like I like what you did there. Appreciate that. That is awesome. Great
yeah,
direction.
yeah, yeah,
Great pivot.
and I think so
So,
many, so many of the different the ways that and what makes it really difficult with spotting narcissists is they all show up different. And a lot of what the
oh,
definition is of grandiose narcissists. And what is much harder to spot and root out are all of the vulnerable narcissists or the covert narcissists, depending on the definitions and all the things that you find on the internet. And those are the ones that I almost want to say they're more prevalent, but I don't know if that's actually accurate or not. But they show up as the greatest victim. And and so
yes.
there's always everything is always wronging them, and they're always going through all of the terrible
Mhm.
things, and it's awful. So Donald Ducks, and
You're right.
he only knows anger and yelling.
Evolution.
Not how to kindly deal with his nephew.
Hmm.
So he's
They
yeah,
weren't
so triggered a
Men
lot.
weren't taught empathy in back in the 40s and 50s. So
Mm,
she's right. It's an evolutionary
mm,
tale.
yeah, yeah,
Emotional
yeah,
evolution.
yeah. We all, I mean, we all learned, I mean, for some of the generations anyway, that you better not cry, or I'll give you something to cry about. And maybe that's
Yeah.
that
My dad said that all the
yeah,
time. I'll give you something to cry about. You want to
could have
cry?
been
Nope, no,
Donald
I don't.
Duck's approach to parenting with with his nephews. So why didn't he have any kids of his own? I mean, it has had to be his nephews. Was he avoidant, and so avoiding relationships maybe, and which caused a lot of those issues with the nephews? Yeah, lots of thoughts.
Could have been.
So um, now we are all analyzing cartoon
Yeah.
characters. Yeah, this is
And it's
yeah,
perfect.
it's really good, and all of the old cartoons are wonderful. They were made for the parents, I believe. I think. all of the
Oh,
all of the
100%.
innuendos and everything. We can make this funny for the kids, and then super inappropriate for the parents, which will be hilarious. uh, so one of the things that I did want to touch on with the whole topic of narcissists in the news and all of those things is that a lot of times reactionary abuse, which is a big thing. So somebody will push your buttons, push your buttons, push your buttons continuously until you then react, and then they calmly video your reaction when you blow up and you break things. And guilty as charged. I have been I've broken lots of things. I have blown up. I've done all the things, and now not hurt anyone. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. As much as all of my buttons have been pushed, I've broken things, have not broken people. So happy about that. But from the outside looking in, you could say, "Whoa, that's really toxic, unhealthy
Mm-hmm.
behavior."
Oh, you're frozen now.
Um,
Dang it.
so so that's
It's
that's
me.
it's not a pleasant thing to go through, but I think
Dang it.
I
What
think that
happened? My connection is
that
lost.
is I don't think you're I've got you on. I can see you. So
Shit.
I don't know what's going on on Sharon's side there. But hopefully she gets it. Oh,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, so I guess it's Kyle that's down. I'm sorry. I thought my connection was lost and Kyle
Yeah.
was still on.
I
All
was
right. Well,
still on for sure.
while we wait for Kyle to reconnect here, we are going to talk a little bit more about other narcissistic characteristics. So they also play.
Did I lose? Did I lose connection? What happened? Oh, so I'm still on. What a strange thing here. Okay.
Now you're back. There we
And
go.
then Sharon is back. Okay. So technical difficulties. This is you get to see
Okay.
this real time live. Super
Yeah,
super exciting.
absolutely.
So I think it's
Oh,
one
okay.
of the big reasons that I reserve judgment on any of the things in the news, any of the things that are going on in other people's relationships. I don't hold judgment on any of those things because I know that unless I'm actually in the situation, I don't know whether or not this is a narcissist in the background that is causing this person to react in the way that they are, or whether or not
Mhm.
they are putting on a show for everyone else. Because narcissists don't always blow up and throw a fit because they're
No,
throwing a tantrum necessarily. Sometimes it is for the effect and for the attention, and it's of course always about control and manipulation. So
absolutely. And
it
that's why
makes it,
covert narcissists are the worst because they maintain
yeah,
calm, they maintain
yep,
everything, and they just, like you say, push your buttons until you explode. And then they tell you how crazy you are. And
yeah,
meanwhile, crazy's coming from outside, not inside. So yeah, those are really difficult people to deal with.
yep.
But you know what?
So when you,
At the same time, it teaches you a lot about yourself. It teaches you coping mechanisms because you
mm,
have to figure out how the heck to deal with being off
mhm,
kilter all the time and being told you're wrong. And
mhm,
one day you're the best thing since sliced bread. The next day you can't do anything right. And then, the next day is somewhere in between. And what worked yesterday definitely doesn't work today. And then next week it's, well, why wouldn't that work? Of course it works. Like, don't be dumb.
mhm, yep,
It's but it definitely teaches you how to dig deep, and
mhm,
it really shows you if you can get out of that relationship. It's a wonderful healing journey, and it
mhm,
teaches you, resilience, and you really do a deep dive into into what behavior is, why you behave like that, why, if you could do it again, what would you do? How would you handle it differently? And it's a really self-healing journey, and it's wonderful. So
I
I'm
think,
so
I think
excited.
for,
I was in a narcissistic relationship for 25 or 27 years. Like, I'm very happy now that I'm on the
mm,
other side of it.
mm.
Very happy.
And
And
I
I know
think for
why I'm happy.
so many people, that is a catalyst in their life, for them to actually start down the healing journey. And
Absolutely.
I know it was for me. I studied personal development for nearly 20 years now, and was in that relationship for 14 years. And I had done a lot of work, but I didn't really reach out and start really getting lots of help until I realized that I was in a awful abusive relationship. And so that was, it was a catalyst for me. And I see with so many of my clients and with everyone else, it's like, oh, okay, I need to do some work here now, which ends up being a really good thing as long as we're willing to do the work. And I
Absolutely.
know that that's not easy. It's not easy for all of us that want to do the work, that like doing the work as much as sometimes we don't like doing the work. But for
Can
all
be
of us that
painful.
really want, yeah, yeah, that we want to do that, it's still a hard thing for us to do the work. And so I know for anybody that is reluctantly kind of drug into the situation where they need to start doing some work, it's okay. It's okay to have compassion, kindness. Give yourself some grace. It's not an easy thing. And I think one
It's
of the biggest coping mechanisms that that you can use is time and space. And that is not easy, because one of the biggest things that narcissists want to do is they want to keep you off balance. And so they are going,
absolutely.
yep, so they will continue to throw things at you in order to keep you off balance. And so the best thing that you can do is, in the moment, ooh, deep breath, and wait to respond, because they want your reaction. That's why they're pushing your buttons, so they can get you to blow
Absolutely.
up. So
Yep.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
so
So
they
they
can
can
keep
feel
you
better
in.
about themselves,
Yeah.
because by creating certain situations that make you look, bad, for lack of a better term, and they feel better about themselves because, oh well, I don't do that, but you do, and look at why do you do that? Blah blah blah. Yeah, it's
That's, I'm
it's
sure
quite
a lot of people have heard, there's two ways to have the tallest building in town. And the one way is to
oh
build the
yes,
tallest building in town. The other way is to tear down all of the other buildings so that you have the tallest building in town.
it's
And
a good analogy.
narcissists are, yeah, they are destroyers. And so they would rather tear down all of the other buildings, all of the other people, than for them to actually do anything to improve themselves in order to,
Well, and that's the
be
thing,
the,
they're emotionally avoidant, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's why they project everything else onto everyone else. Everything is everyone else's fault. And
yeah,
so they get to blame everybody else. They're always innocent, and everybody is always after them. And all they're trying to do is just be the best person that they could possibly be. And if it wasn't for all of these other people, if you didn't make me do that, I would not have had to do that. And
oh my
so,
god, if I had a penny for every time I heard that, I'd be
mhm,
I'd have some.
mhm,
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
it's your fault if you didn't
yeah,
beat me.
we'd
Yeah.
be having a different show today if we had gotten pennies for all of that. It would, we'd have a live show in, in Hawaii, or some, I don't know,
That's
somewhere
right. Surrounded by
tropical
cash.
nights. And yeah, 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 being fanned, have everybody
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
fans us while we're, you know flew in on
Drinking
the
a pina
private
colada.
jet. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, the private jet. Can't forget that.
definitely in the morning. day drinking. So
Well, I don't know what time it is in Hawaii right now. I'm assuming that it's after lunch. Sorry. I'm not promoting day drinking. Although, if you're at the lake
earlier,
or
I think.
something,
I think
sure.
they're a couple, yeah, I think they're a couple hours earlier. So it's probably real
Oh
morning
my
there.
gosh. Okay, so it'd be
That's my assumption. Yeah, get
oh
your
well, yeah.
going on daily bit pennies. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, moving on. Social media. We would love for you to follow us all of the places. You are watching us live here on Kick, and let me make sure. I'm unorganized here just a little bit, but
Kick,
so
YouTube, Rumble.
we're live on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch, and and then and then the audio version, so on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and that's all RI broadcasting on those. And so you can watch or listen after the fact. We would love to have you come participate. Leave some comments. Let us know how everything's going. Leave us a review on any of
What do
the
you like?
platforms
How
that
can
you
we
can do that.
improve?
Yeah. What do you want to hear? What do you not want to hear?
What
all
topics would you
of
like us
those
to talk
things.
about? Exactly.
Yeah.
We also have a few
Who's your
more
favorite
platforms.
host? Yeah.
Who's your favorite host?
Who's your favorite host? So social media, TikTok, MeWe, Blue Sky, Parler, and LinkedIn, and those are RI Broadcasting. And then Twitter or X. X now, it was a great rebrand, guys. Sorry. It is at Broadcasting RI on Twitter, or X. And then the Facebook we are on
YouTube
again.
too.
Yeah, going on daily morning show.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Follow us on
super,
Facebook. Let's
yeah,
get our
super,
viewership back up to
yeah,
10,000 people.
yeah,
Very
20,000,
exciting.
50 million,
50.
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
50
Why not?
million.
Why not? Sky's on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So, and then you can go go to the website, and also support us on Patreon. You can get merch. Of course, you wanna get merch because that's of course one of the most important things. But
Absolutely. Everybody needs a going on daily morning coffee mug. Everybody.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then you can follow us if you want. You can come find me, KyleMillerCoaching.com, and Sharon at Holy Shift Balls. No.
At shift balls. Yes.
Soon to be coming, which
Coming
leads
soon.
us into our next topic, which is Holy Shift Balls.
Holy shift balls. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's a podcast that I'm starting with a girlfriend of mine, and it's a lighthearted approach to life. Like we've all had significant challenges, overcome obstacles, and then sometimes those challenges or obstacles make us shift. They make us realize we cannot continue going down the path we're going. We have to make changes internally, externally. We have to do some inner engineering and help ourselves get to the next phase of life. So when people have those traumatic experience, then they need to, they need to make some changes. So we want to hear about all of those, but we want to keep it lighthearted, funny, fun, and we learn to laugh at ourselves, right? We learn to laugh about the challenges we've had in life because holy shit balls, Batman. That's what I say all the time. So we learn to laugh and we learn to have fun with it because it's part of our growth. It's part of our life. And once we get to a place where we can look at things objectively, we
Good morning.
we can learn
Good morning, Christy.
Embrace it. Good morning, Christy.
Yeah.
How are you this morning?
Yeah, 27 years, magic number.
Yep.
So how long since the escape?
It's been 5 years. And how about you,
Wow.
Christy? How long has it been for you?
Yeah, it's been over 4 years for me.
Good for
So
you,
yeah,
Kyle.
yeah,
Good for you.
yeah.
I hope
I was different then. You would not have wanted to talk to me then.
no,
I
me
was very
either.
much a mess.
Yeah, I was an angry person,
Yeah, yeah.
terribly angry. How
So
about you,
holy
Christy?
shit
How long's it
balls.
been, and how are you doing? How are you coping? How are things going? Love to
Yeah,
hear about that.
yeah.
Okay, so
So
holy shift balls. Yep, shift just got real.
yeah, yeah. Shift
It
just
just
got
got real.
real. Yeah, that's boy, that's a big, it's a big thing for my, I mean, and ironically, talking about narcissism in the first part, 1.5 years.
Oh,
Okay.
1.5.
Yep.
And how are you doing, Christy? How are you
Yeah.
making out? How are you feeling? And what are the
Yeah.
differences between then and now?
Mm,
Wow. Good
mm,
for you. Very, very
yeah.
happy for you that you were able to get out of that. Good for you.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Yay,
Escaping
Christy. That's
is a
awesome.
hard,
That is awesome.
yeah. Yeah. Very, very much kudos to
Hmm.
anyone,
Kudos
and
to
everyone
anybody.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, getting out of those relationships. So
I
so
hope you're
what's
feeling better. Hmm.
so the lighthearted approach of
Uh-huh.
which I love. That's day to day, moment to moment. Yep.
Good.
That's
Stay in the
for
now, Christy,
most of us. Yeah. Most of us,
and
day
reach
to day,
out.
moment
Reach
to
out for
moment.
help.
Yeah.
Reach out for help, Christy. It's the best thing you'll ever, the best gift you'll ever give to yourself is getting some help to
Hmm.
overcome the feelings of not being able to do anything right, not unheard, unloved,
Yeah.
unimportant. you know
Yeah.
so I really like reach out to me. I'm a life coach. I specialize in helping women through challenging situations. So
Hmm.
yeah, you can reach out to the show, join us on Facebook, and yeah,
Hmm.
we can talk. If you want some help, if you want some guidance, please feel free to reach out. And congratulations,
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah. It is a big deal, getting the help and support, and
Hmm.
it's not easy. Um,
Yeah, it's not
so
easy.
so yeah. So the lighthearted approach, which I love, to your podcast and all, talking about all the things. Um, because in my coaching, in my life, in everything, I love to be able to laugh about the things, and it's I know there's
Yes.
probably a little bit of coping mechanism maybe in there, with laughing sometimes about it, but I also realize that when I realize what I've been struggling with, when I put the pieces together, then I laugh just hysterically, and it feels like a release of, what the, all those bound up emotions. It's like you're stuck in that moment, and you can't figure out what's going on, and then you kind of put the pieces together and you go, oh, that's why. And a lot of the time there's just a hysterical laughter that I let all of that
Yes.
stuff go, and it's like, oh, that I let that one go. Now I move on. Now I move on with my day.
Yeah. There's Laughter is the best medicine for the
Mhm.
soul. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, of course, grounding in nature is amazing.
Yeah.
That is truly amazing. But laughter, there's nothing like putting on a good comedy and just
Hmm.
laughing for 2 hours. It's so you like you say, you release so much
Hmm.
pent up emotional energy.
Hmm.
It's amazing. And breath work. Breath work is
Hmm.
incredible for releasing the pent up energy, emotional energy. That's to help those emotions move through your body. Breath work is pretty cool.
One of the things, and I don't know if you pay attention to me when I'm on podcasts, when I'm coaching, when I'm on the show this morning, all the time, when somebody else is talking, a lot of times I'm taking deep breaths and just really,
Oh,
that's, and I stand while I'm doing all the shows. But that's a big part of what I do to keep myself centered, while I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing, is that breath part. So it's a huge focus, good posture and everything and all of that, which helps with our own self-image and all of those things. And then the breaths,
mhm.
are a big part of that. And it's one of the ways that I make sure that I stay centered in conversation, or bring myself back into myself. Um, so huge,
Yes.
huge thing there.
Yeah,
Deep breath.
exactly. And if you're ever feeling just unsure about a situation or unsafe, you can touch in your chest. There's what we call the vagus nerve. And
Mm-hmm,
if you just touch that lightly for about a minute and just breathe, it centers everything.
mm-hmm,
And that's one way of showing the body that you are safe. And so that's just something simple you can do
mm-hmm.
when you're feeling uneasy and anxious. And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And laugh if you can. Go watch something funny. Do,
and
do
laugh.
something.
For the love of God, laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Go find an animal somewhere and laugh at them. Because they're always funny.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them are. Just watch some penguins
Yeah. Yeah.
wandering along.
Yeah. Ron
Went to the
said,
zoo.
that's how
Oh,
he's dealt with his life issues. I just look at my life. It's
comedy.
like a comedy. And it truly, I mean, for so many of us, it really is. There's so many things that we can laugh at. I mean, or we can be upset about it. I'm no judgment. I mean, if you want to be upset about it,
Right.
you certainly can.
I mean, you have to work through the levels, right?
Hmm.
You have to work through being upset and then being less upset. And then you can learn to be objective. And then the laughter can come because you're like, holy
Hmm.
shit. Do you
Hmm.
realize what just happened there? My gosh.
Yep.
I acted like a complete idiot. Okay, not doing it again. But if I
Yeah.
saw, you saw yourself throwing a tantrum and breaking things, you'd be like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, right?
Yeah.
And if I saw myself throwing a tantrum, I'd be the same. I'd laugh at it now. I'd be like, oh, okay, Sharon, settle down, girl.
I
You're all
I
right.
wish that I had some videos of my. I mean, I'm grateful I don't, because woof, that would
Yeah,
have been used against me for sure. But those fits that I threw when was pushed to the brink, it'd be interesting to look back at those, and watch. Oh wow,
mm-hmm.
that's a lot of anger coming out there. So
Yes, it
how long
is.
are
Yeah.
is your show gonna, is it an interview show? Are you,
Oh,
um
yeah, it is. We're going to have pushing real good. Ron, I love it.
uh,
Oh, Ron, you make me laugh. Um, and that's what life for me is all about, having a good laugh. The show's going to be like 45 minutes, anywhere 30 minutes to an hour. It depends on the guest. It depends
mhm,
on the day. If we have a great guest who is doing well and really making us laugh, and we're having a good segment, then
mm,
definitely an hour, maybe a little longer. But um, if we have a difficult, because it's going to happen, we're going to have difficult guests who are very stoic and don't want to really get beyond. So those ones could be shorter.
mhm. The guys
We're
the
just
guys
going to
are
play it by ear. But typically, it'll be 45 minutes to an hour.
the guys are gonna be
That's the
shorter
goal.
on the show, probably. Most of them, because a lot of them are which I understand, no judgment. But it's hard for us to talk about all of the things. And we're strange. We're strange if we talk about all the things, because that doesn't seem nearly as manly as what.
Well, that's just it. Men were brought up to be stoic
Mhm,
and,
mhm,
boys don't cry,
mhm,
push everything down, bury
mhm.
it, and just move on.
Yeah, yeah.
And, very detached, emotionally detached. And unfortunately, that's how boys were brought up. Like, suck it up, buttercup, get up and let's go. And and that you listen to the way men interact. Well, I mean, you would know
Mhm,
firsthand, but as a female, I listen to the way men interact, and if they talk for 5 minutes about sports, it's like, wow, that was a great talk. Like, you didn't say anything. What the hell? Their wives are like, what? There was no emotional bonding there. There was no, so yeah.
I always made the
funny. It's different communication.
I always made the joke that because I drove truck for 16 plus years, and I was like, yeah, us truck drivers, we don't cry until we get back in the truck. We get back in the truck, then we cry.
There we go. Well, at least you did. I'm happy you cried.
Men aren't wired like
well,
that.
I'm sad that you had to cry. Yeah, exactly. Men aren't wired like that.
It's actually, and this is a little interesting tidbit. So men, or boys rather, boys are actually more emotional. As children, boys are actually more emotional than women are. And I don't remember where I read that, but I was like, wow, that's a different. So this is training and programming, over decades. Yes. that we become less emotional because we're shamed and judged for it.
And it goes back to the father saying, you're going to cry? I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah. I learned how to suppress. Yeah. I learned how to suppress my emotions a long time ago. And now you need to learn. And I'm going to learn you about all this.
Through the
whether you want to or not, you're going to learn it.
Suppress my emotions through the threat of violence.
Yeah.
Like really, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That was what was happening back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, super exciting. So how soon are you launching your podcast then?
Well, August 21st is what we're looking at. Ooh. We both have a lot of really busy week coming up and meetings and things. And Bethany's traveling. My co-host Bethany, she's traveling. So once she gets back from out of town, we are. That's why I didn't get in too much trouble. Yeah. Yep. We were hardwired through fear. Yep. That's exactly it.
Yep. Which
to stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
Because if I get in trouble at school, it's going to be way worse when I get home. Right.
Yeah.
So just don't do it to yourself.
That's
just
overlying
head down and
the fear and then the shame. It's all reinforced with shame and judgment. The fear of the immediate thing and then
blame, shame.
Yep. Shame and judgment. So it's not an easy thing. Okay. So then Becky says, my brother and I are Irish twins. So we were raised very close and together. He would be a very emotional child. I was more hold it in until I exploded. Even as adults, it's still the same. That's pretty awesome that you have an emotional brother. That's really, really neat thing. I think it's a gift for all of us. I know it is for me, for any of the other men that are more emotional. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get to talk to other guys rather than mostly talking to women most of the time because the guys are like, I don't know, that's a little much. Are we done? That was way deep enough. We don't need to go any deeper into this. Billy Squire. Emotions in motion.
I've never heard emotions in motion, I don't think, from Billy Squire. I'll have to look that up after the show.
Yeah. I don't know if I know that one. So as we're moving forward, we are transitioning forward here into family dynamics and differences, which is
so it's perfect that Becky brought up the difference between herself and her brother. Perfect segue. Thank you, Becky.
Yeah, that we appreciate that. It makes the show easier for us,
Yes, it's amazing how you can be raised in the same household and you have different views on life. You react differently to different situations. All the kids, not just my brother, single. Oh, that's great, Christy.
Same.
It was okay. So was your mom? You said she was the same. Is that positive the same or like you had a loving single mom bring you up?
Single mom family, and she was the same with all the kids, not just my brothers. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay, beautiful.
same treatment. Yeah. He ain't heavy. He's my
And
brother.
that's exactly, love it. And that's my mom used to say that. I love you all, but for different reasons.
Mm,
I love you all equally, but for different reasons because we all had different characteristics yeah.
hmm
So I really like that
hmm
that because there were six of us.
Yeah.
So she'd be like, "I love you all
Yeah.
for different
That's ooh,
reasons."
six is yeah. That's a, I. It's strange for I have one little brother, and we have a good relationship now, but it was difficult growing up and just didn't really have a close connection, and I know that his experience is very different than what my experience, and I think that is for most families. I mean, unless for all of those weird people that are completely emotionally secure, and they grew up in healthy families
Yeah,
and
leave it to Beaver.
yeah,
Yeah,
no weird, no weird things going on.
shutting up. Oh, I'm sorry, Christy. Yeah,
Yep,
that's a tough way. Her mom was all about shutting up
yep,
or giving you something to cry about.
yep.
Yeah, that was my dad. So I was very fortunate to have a mom who
Mm,
was loving and kind and supportive.
yeah.
Child between two sisters. I got many issues.
Oh, oh, yep, yep, yep. You got it from both
You're never
sides.
seen or heard. Hey, buddy. I can just see them sitting you down and putting makeup on you, the lipstick, and doing your hair.
Oh man.
Do you have many of those days, Ron?
Like why are you suppressing all of your emotions, Ron? Oh, I don't I can't this brings me back. This I had to suppress the emotions because I couldn't beat up my sisters while they were putting makeup on me.
Exactly. I can
No
just see him.
comment.
I can see him sitting in a chair as a little boy and just having the makeup done.
Oh, no comment.
Absolutely, because he
Oh,
was a little child. The older sister was sitting him down, and the younger child was in on it. The younger sister was
yeah.
like, "Woo, let's
Yeah.
go."
Well, don't worry, I'm bigger than him. I'll hold him still. You can put makeup on him. Oh man. That's brutal. Sorry, Ron. Under the you gotta bring the bus out so
Oh,
we can see the bus. Ron just got thrown under the bus there. So sorry
he
about
did.
that.
He did. Sorry to laugh at your pain, Ron, but
Yeah.
those times that like my siblings did some pretty mean things to me. They were mean. Because there was a lot. My oldest sister is 10 years older than I am, and then my next sister's 8, and my brother's 7. My other brother is 5 years older than me.
Mhm.
So then there's my younger brother and myself. So yeah, I hear you, Ron. I got blamed for
Blame for
everything too.
everything. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Which
Mm.
of
Yep.
course, and the way society looks at it, it's always the boys' fault. The boys are the troublemakers, and the women are
I don't know.
innocent. Hmm.
No, not in my family,
Not
man.
in yours.
Because I got blamed for a lot of shit.
Ah,
I'm not saying I didn't do it all,
uh-huh.
but there were a bunch of things I got blamed for that I really didn't do. And they're like, you did it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, okay.
One of the
Yeah.
dynamics, which unfortunately in toxic family systems, narcissistic family systems, the scapegoat. The scapegoat is the one that takes all of the blame. And it's always their fault, no matter if it's their fault or not, and everyone else does
Mhm.
all of their emotional dumping on that person as well, which um,
Yes.
yeah. So
Girls then.
need to meet my girls then.
See, so I
Guilty.
am the goat. Oh,
Great.
what are you saying about your girls, Becky? What's happening?
So I'm guessing that they're not innocent. I'm thinking that's need to meet my
Is that what
girls.
you're guessing?
I
Okay.
yeah that they may
I'm
be,
thinking that one is blaming the other all the time.
yeah,
I don't know.
or be causing
Oh my gosh.
the same birth.
That is amazing, Christy. Hmm. We share the same birth order,
Wow.
except you had 7.
7.
That's a lot of siblings, Christy.
Oh,
Were you the scapegoat too?
all of these people with all the family members. I'm like I don't even know how to relate to this. Did you grow?
It's amazing.
Did you?
Girls plot and the bros suffer.
Oh, yep.
Not in my
The
family. The
bros.
boys did the plotting.
The boy. Okay. That's so, and I'm curious,
Yeah.
did you grow up with cousins and all of like other family as well as your siblings, Sharon?
Our cousins lived live 6 hours away from us,
Oh,
so we didn't get to see them very often.
okay.
So, a couple times a year.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I didn't grow up really
Yeah.
with anyone. It was just me and my brother basically, because everybody else was all
Okay.
spread out across the country. That's the strange thing for me is with different people that have either the cousins or more family members. Oh, all the kids, we all went and played together, or whatever the dynamic is. And I was 4 years, almost 4.5 years older than my brother, so I didn't.
Okay.
He was little. Yeah, yeah.
Bit of a gap. Did you get to go play with your cousins in the summertime or
No, pretty much not ever.
no?
Yeah, have rarely seen hardly any of them. So Golden Child, I stayed out of the way,
Christy says,
unseen. Now the black sheep. Yeah, yep. And it's an interesting.
but Christy, you have to ask yourself, is the fact that you're the black sheep, is that your problem or theirs?
Mm,
Like really, really
mm-hmm.
is if they're making you the black sheep, then who is that a reflection of?
Mm. Yeah, and I think one of the hardest things, when we look at all of those things is in a way so that we use it for insight and awareness, but we don't use it for judgment. What did I miss when people are like, two girls, that's
Um,
nice. I had two boys, and they are so rambunctious and wild, ruin our house. And I look at them like, are you high? These
like, are you
girls are
high?
insane. Beat on each other nonstop.
I love it.
Oh, that's my brother's,
Oh,
two of my brother's girls, because he has five kids, and two of the girls, they are best friends, and they also just bludgeon each other. I mean, so they are hanging out,
holy heck yeah!
and then they're beating on each other, and then they're hanging out again.
Yep.
I mean, and it's like minutes apart.
And
It's wild.
heaven help anybody if they say something about the other one,
Oh yeah,
because
yeah,
nobody, even though they're beating on each
yeah.
other, nobody can.
Yep,
Don't you talk
yep.
that way about my sister? Not happening.
I can beat on her, but if
Oh,
you say anything, I'm beating on you.
exactly, exactly.
Uh,
So, how old are your boys, Becky? Like rambunctious and wild.
Two girls. So no,
It sounds like quite the full house you've got going on there.
yeah, yeah. So that's and I love
And
that.
Christy says she had 4 boys, 3 girls
I think
in her
it's
family.
such a good sign with kids being wild. I mean, it's sometimes it's dysfunction,
Yes,
but so much of the time I think, if they're allowed to be wild and crazy, that means that they feel safe at home. And
exactly.
that,
There's no inhibitions. They're
yeah,
free to be themselves.
yep, yep, climbing on the
Mhm.
tables and the furniture and all the things, and yes, yes, two girls only. That's what I was saying. I
Oh, you
thought,
have 2 girls
yeah,
only.
yeah. So the girl, yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. You said you had 2 boys and they are so rambunctious and wild, ruin your house, and you look at them like, are you high? Okay, where did the two
So
boys come in?
so she said when people are
What?
like two girls, that's nice. That's yeah,
Oh, and then they say I had
yeah,
2 boys.
yep,
Okay,
yep, yep,
now I'm sorry.
yep,
I couldn't understand English. It was too much for me this
yeah,
morning.
yeah. No, that's I mean, it's
Girls are
swinging
insane.
swinging from the
Oh, yeah,
chandeliers.
exactly. Putting a cape on, jumping off of
Hmm.
furniture. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. It's not just the boys that do that. I mean,
No,
the girls are
yeah,
wild
yes,
too.
yes. Yeah.
So it's
I was a tomboy, so I always played with boys. I was out building rafts. My friend and I, we were tomboys, so we were always out building rafts, going motorbiking,
Mm.
Whatever the boys were doing, that's what we were doing. We weren't sitting at home playing with dolls. It just wasn't in our genetic makeup. So
Wow,
we kind of grew up as boys, really.
that's well, and that's neat
Yeah,
because then you don't. It's not a culture shock when you go to work and it's like, oh yeah, a bunch of guys here. I'm used to this. That's fine. Which is
absolutely.
probably unfortunate for a lot of women that grow up and they're with the dolls and whatever and hang out with the girls, and then they go out into the world and then there's all the guys, and it's like, what do I
It's
do here?
all about the perfect wedding and Prince Charming, and
Hmm.
life is just, they have this vision of this perfect little life. And that's not how life is. Life is messy. Life is unpredictable. Life is crazy, or can be,
Ron
but
Ron said action figures, not
yeah,
dolls.
action figures.
Yeah, yeah.
When you have lipstick on, Ron, it's all
So
dolls.
your Cabbage
Got
Patch.
makeup and lipstick on and a dress, probably sitting in a dress. I don't care what you call your
your
little dolls. They're dolls.
your Cabbage Patch
Now I'm traumatizing you.
was an action figure.
Exactly.
Like this is the jumbo ninja action figure Cabbage Patch.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Sorry, Ron. Again,
When your
dress
matches your Cabbage Patch dolls, it's not an action figure.
My brother is 10 and a half.
It's 10 and a half
older
months
than
older.
me.
Oh, wow.
Same grade, same
That's no choice
friends.
but to hang out.
We had no choice but to hang out together.
Oh,
Wasn't a tomboy, and he
nice.
wasn't feminine. We just compromised. We built forts. Oh, that's awesome.
Love it.
Huh.
Love it. That's beautiful.
Huh.
Play Barbies and Ninja Turtles. See, a really nice balance.
It
was Grover, not a Cabbage Patch. Okay. Oh, so your Cabbage Patch name was Grover? I see you
Grover,
got to name her.
Oh, and that's I had to think. I was like, Grover, what's Grover? That one was filed in the back there. Barbies.
I love that, Christy. My Barbies dated Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
that is awesome.
That made for weird action figure babies, for sure.
Beautiful though. They'd be good looking and deadly.
Yeah.
Like holy heck.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a combination.
Yeah. Barbies and Ninja Turtles. That's awesome. Very fun. So yeah. I mean, I don't know how much we learned about all the family dynamics, but what we do know is that it's always different with everybody in every situation.
Yeah. Everyone has a different perspective, and and it's okay. And it's okay to have your own perspective. It's okay to see your unique view and version of the world. It doesn't mean that you're wrong just because you don't agree with everybody else. We're all different. Yeah. We're all inherently different, and just be authentic. Yeah. Stay authentic to your true self. And I'm sorry, Ron, if we have, brought up horrible childhood memories for you. We can help you overcome those. Who did Ken date? What? I thought it was Barbie. Always Raphael. Me too. It was always Raphael. Yes. I liked Raphael.
Yeah, I don't know if I didn't have a preference. I don't know. Maybe I'm uninvested in all of the things. But I think one of the biggest things to remember, with looking back at family dynamics and childhood and all of those things, that we all have our own unique experience. And just because somebody saw it different than what you saw it as, you get to have your own experience. It was however it was for you. And the same for everyone else, which kind of leads back to
and they get to have theirs.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we all get to have our own experience and have our own belief of what we want, and
touche.
And it's touche. Which one?
I don't know what he's.
Favorite turtle was.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Was touche, huh? I don't not yeah. Are
Touche
you
Turtle and
searching?
Dum
Because
Dum.
I'm
Touche
like,
Turtle and Dum Dum is an American animated television series produced by Hanna-Barbera Productions that originally aired as one of the 3 segments of the anthology show. Hanna-Barbera
wow.
cartoon series. Oh, you're dating yourself, Ron. It aired from September 3rd, 1962 to August 26, 1963. Dum
Wow.
Dum was later repeated several times on the BBC in the United Kingdom as a standalone show. Ah, well, look
All
at that.
right.
We have learned. How
So
about
everybody's
that?
gonna be yeah, we're going to YouTube now. We gotta go
Yeah.
find today.
Touche
Yeah.
Turtle is a heroic tortoise who, along with his sidekick Dum Dum, goes on adventures fighting villains and saving those in distress, often using his fencing skills. I love. Oh, was that before Zorro or after?
Oh.
What came out first, Touche Turtle or Zorro?
Mm.
Reruns on Banana Splits. Cool.
Huh.
Cool.
Very, very awesome.
He might be my
Well,
favorite turtle.
yeah, we're gonna have to explore now. We'll go find out about Touche Turtle,
I
and
think
maybe
that
and
should
now
be
we're
one of our topics. Touche Turtle and
yeah
Dum Dum. I love the sidekick name, Dum Dum.
mm, yeah yeah
We
maybe
never
we'll
find
talk
out, but
about some other cartoons at some point as well,
or we can
which might,
talk about how, when we're talking about emotional evolvement earlier, we can talk about how nobody now would ever let them name Touche Turtle and Dum Dum. It wouldn't happen. That we could
oh
never get away with that. So how about, I think one segment should be on shows that were that were named, but very inappropriate and nobody knew, nobody cared. It was like, whatever.
those things that you cannot say anymore.
Archie Bunker and All in the Family. Have you watched one of those recently? Holy
I have
smokes.
not. Yeah,
Never in
yeah. Yeah, no,
never get
we'd
away with
all
it.
get canceled. I know that I would have been
Absolutely.
canceled if I would say now what I used to say, however many years or a couple of decades ago, then I would most definitely be canceled, which we don't want. So
No,
so
no.
yes, come follow us everywhere. Leave comments, follow the show, listen after the fact. We love that you're here. We love that you participate.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody
Thank you for tuning
that
in today,
all
everybody. That's
yeah
wonderful. And for
contributed
joining in on
and
the conversation. Hmm.
yeah yeah it makes it more exciting and it's for my ADHD little bit of brain. It's I'm like, oh, there's another shiny thing. I love Lucy gives me anxiety anymore. Huh.
Wow.
That's
Okay. That's
all.
interesting. That
I I wonder how much unhealthy dynamic there is there. So yeah, I still say what I want, just not publicly. I agree. I represent
I
that.
agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes. I
100%.
say all the
And
things. I just don't say it online.
does that mean that you're
But
over the anxiety from I Love Lucy? Was it based on a family dynamic, Christy, when you were growing up, and now you can see it objectively and not have that anxiety? Is that what you're saying? That it doesn't give you anxiety anymore?
I think she's saying it gives her anxiety
It still gives her
to watch
anxiety.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, that
Okay.
is the show
All
for
right. In the
today.
weeds. Mhm.
Thank you so much for tuning in and follow us everywhere. Support us on Patreon, and thank you again for being here. Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you. Thank you, Kyle. You did an amazing job again, as usual. And thank you for all your thoughts and comments, everybody. We love interacting with you and keep them coming. It's beautiful. And
Have a
join
great
us,
day.
pick us up on our Facebook page because then we can interact,
Yeah, that
on
much
the
more.
regular as opposed to just during the show. Mhm.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks, everybody.